Hello there, how is everyone today? From our Psychedelic 60 segment, stay tuned for a guitar tutorial on the solo for Till There Was You by the Beatles. And I shall be right back, and in this multi-stream, we're going to give you about 5 or 6 concepts that'll help you play it. So I shall be right back, and stay tuned.
Play like a pro at String Sound Studios.
Here we go. Good day. That's good. Good enough. Hi. Glad you joined us again. Mike Violette, String Sound Studios. Happy 4th of July weekend here. And we are doing, as I mentioned before, we are doing the solo earlier today. I did the chords for Till There Was You by the Beatles. The Beatles version, anyway, was originally written for the Music Man. And right now at 5:15, you can always watch it later, we're going to be doing the solo. Okay? So please subscribe to everything, our social media, especially YouTube, Vimeo, 2 channels of Facebook, and what else we got there? We got a whole bunch of stuff, Instagram, all that stuff. So just look us up on all social media. Please subscribe so you get notified. All right. Anyone hear me out there? If you hear me, say hi. There's a chat box right there. And if you're on any of these social media platforms and you're watching live, you can ask me questions and things like that, or just tune in and say hi. Let's keep it to the music here, all right? And here we go. Now, one of the things I do concepts, and you have soloing around chords. That's going to be one, using arpeggios, sus4 and sus2 chords. We're also going to talk about chord and note triplets. Not too much on the rhythm. We just want you to hear it, proper positioning and strumming correctly and things of that nature. Okay. So let's get through it. I'm going to zoom in as usual, and you will watch, and you will learn, and you will listen. So here we go. And if you're just getting out there, I zoom in so you can see it nice and big. I don't have to totally hide behind the chat box. All right, here we go. So let's talk about, we're going to solo around chords, and that's one of the main things here. Now, it opens up, and I'm in what you call 5th position here. All right? So I'm in 5th position, and it centers around this F chord in 5th position. See that? The solo is arpeggiated, not entirely arpeggio, but it plays around this F chord. Okay? Then we're going to go to kind of an F sharp diminished chord. So if you want to strum some of these things here, we're going to take a look at these first 2 chords here. Let's take a look at the F chord. Do what I have. Then I have this chord without arpeggio. So strum this chord, then you go here, right? 4, 2, 1, and things are going to come out of that. So let's take a look, and remember I play here to help you see it. We're taking a look at that. We're starting out on the A here. We go to the C. See the arpeggio? There's your F. Targeting my F, then I'm going to come back. So again, watch. B flat, down the scale. So from this D, if you want to look at a scale too, comes right back down the scale. Right? 2 and 3 and 4 and starts out with this arpeggio. Right? All right? There's an F chord. So again on my F chord, 1 chord at a time here, one little solo section at a time. So I have this. Ready, go. You have that? Now next, we're going to take a look at my diminished sound. This is over an F sharp diminished 7th chord. That sound, we're going to play it here. And proper position, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the positioning later, why I'm doing it in these positions. Yeah, I see people doing it in all positions. I think this is the best position to do it in. I'm trying to avoid open strings as well. But let me go to my F sharp diminished chord. So I have this, F sharp. So it's right across. Here's my F sharp. You're in 4th position. You come from 5th position. Then your first note of that 2nd chord, which is an F sharp diminished, is here. Okay? So we have F sharp, A, C. See that? Here. Here. So it's going diagonal across the fretboard like this. There's your F sharp. Now, kind of arpeggio. Now we take, slides up. From what I do here is I go to the 5th fret because you want that slide, right? Then come back down a scale, which is all working nicely over that chord. So again, he has this, except the first part, right? He starts from this D. Darn, sorry. Hard to play like this. We have this. Same thing on the F chord. So the first part is an arpeggio, kind of neat. All right, what George Harrison does here. So he plays the arpeggio and comes back with a scale. He does the same thing on the F sharp diminished. But if you notice, the end of the second half of the phrase, right, is the same thing as it is on the F as it is on the F sharp. Okay, or the F major and the F sharp diminished sound. Right? So if we take those two chords, I'm going to play them nice and slow, put the F in, and put the F sharp diminished. So I have this. Go to 4th. Okay? Now just listen to that and watch. I'm going to play here so I can play it better. You have this pickup also on the 4th beat on a C7 chord, C9. I'm targeting this note. I'm going to B flat here in 3rd position. So it's not really resolution per se. Okay, I think he keeps rolling on. He resolutes letter on that F, goes down, does some other stuff, and has that resolution here. But here we're on a minor. But he is targeting this B flat note on a G minor chord. Okay. So let's try that again. Well, I'm in 5th position. Remember positions, people. 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Okay. We don't want to count like that. Dots, if you have dots on the guitar. Okay? 3, 5, 7, 9, so forth. All right, our double dots are 12 because that's the octave. However, you might not have dots on your guitar if you're playing a traditional classical guitar. Okay, this is my multi-act Godin electric. Love it. Okay, electric classical. So it's the first time I used it in this. I want to use, and I've had it for a while. I just thought this was appropriate to use it, and I want to use it in the other one. So in other videos as well. All right, let's play that F major to that F sharp diminished 7th to the G minor. We're targeting the G minor. So I'm going to go there. Let's take a listen slow. 3. I could play the B flat here. I do it here because we have the next chord. So far, we're soloing around the chords. We're using arpeggios. And there's more. There's more arpeggios, but it gets a little more chordy. Okay? There's some arpeggios at the end, so we'll revisit that. But when we go on that G minor chord, all right, so what do we have here? Well, this is G minor, and this is still G minor, but this turns into kind of like, we have a sus4 along with the 2. So you want to call it G sus4, G9, all right? G minor 9, sus, all right? So it's like a 4 suspended with a 9th on it. Okay? These things are kind of often referred to in jazz as clusters too, I believe. Got my total definition of clusters. But let's take a listen to that, all right? Let's take a listen to that rhythm. Here's my G, my B flat on the G minor chord, right? Then we have this. Then he slides up. Same type of thing off the B flat minor chord. So again, here's your rhythm. Again, you have that dotted 8th, 16th. Okay? So watch again. I think I was just playing it different, but here's how it really goes. So you get this sus4 here, minor 11th sound. Then you get this minor 11-9 sound here. This is just a minor triad there. So again, 3, 4. I played it wrong. 3, go. Okay? Now we're going to take it from the beginning and play all the way to there. So note my positions. I'm going from 5th to 4th to 3rd. Then if you get that, you play the B flat, right? Get that close. Sometimes I believe I played a little bit different here. Yeah. I'm doing this slow. I have that melody, the solo kind of memorized. It seems like when I'm doing it slow, I get a little bit, believe it or not, what am I doing? So we're going to go to the G minor chord and play that. I'm going to play the first 3 chords. So it's over, da, da, 2, 3, these chords, right? Here at G minor. Now, I'm using a G minor 7. We want to take a look at the chords and the open voicings I'm using for these. Check out the chords. All right. So this is a companion, of course, to the chords. I have my looper. I have my chords programmed in there. When I did the chords, I played along with a backing track with all the bass, the drums, and everything. Okay? All right, now, let's start it from the F chord, nice and slow, and then from here. 3, right? 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Stop. We're going to do that again. Okay? I played it different. All right. Just listen, and that's the beauty of learning a solo like this. I'm going to do it 100% right. I just changed one note in there before. 1, and 2, and 3, and. All right, notice that slide there. And then it goes here. Let's listen to that again. 1, and 2, and 3, and. And if you want to change it a little bit, that's fine. I'm giving you the basis for this, all right? I probably change it a little bit when I solo over it. I'm giving you exact score as best as I can right now. Now, this chord, you're going to pull this up, see? There's your G minor chord. Well, we're going to take that. The next chord, part of the progression in the solo is a B flat minor chord. All right, it's B. I use, just so you know, I use a B flat minor 7, which is working fine with this. So we take this, slides it. All right, that's on 1. So you got to go like this. Let's listen to that again. Rest. There's going to be a rest there. All right? And then I'm going to take you to the next part. So, here we got it. We got the B flat chord. We have our G minor. I'll play it from the G minor to the B flat so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Just let's focus on those 2 chords a moment. I will play it a few times. All right? 3, 4. Making sense there? Gotta look at the camera. Sorry, sometimes I don't look at, I think, you know, people might say, well, why does he look at the camera? The camera's up there, my screen's here. So I tend to look at the screen sometimes because I'm looking at my hands. I'll try to look at the camera. Hi. All right, here we go. Ready? From the G minor again. 3 and 4. I messed up. 3 and 4 and. Again, 3, 4, and. Okay? That's pretty close to the actual score, if not 100%. Now remember, okay, so you can change it a little bit. You want to get the basis of this, and if there's anything you feel like throwing in, once you learn it, you learn your way around the fretboard, then do it. Next, what do we have? Well, on beat 1, the F chord comes in, the harmony comes in. So we have an F. I'm playing an F6. Then it goes then to C, and then it goes back to the F. So let's take a look at that part. This is after the B flat. You have a rest here. And what I'm hearing in the score and hearing in the music and seeing in the score is he plays this big, and this is an F6 chord. Look, it puts a D in there. And it's kind of arpeggiated, all right? So it's 1. If you get this, it's not ringing. There we go. Don't play here. You got to play back there. This is so you can see it better. All right. Here's your regular F chord. That'd be okay. Now, what do we have here? He's playing off the A minor. Okay, the next part. So we play rest on 1, and then we have an A minor chord. So let's take a look at that here. We'll take a look at that. We have this. There's my right mi sol. And we have that. And just gonna put the C on top. A minor 7 it is. So you have this chord here, then you have this. Again, we have C here, this position. We have an E. We're gonna play the A with this finger, the 4th finger, and we're gonna grab this with the capo. So once again, we have this. Gonna take that down, okay, because that's on B3. We're gonna play that. We're gonna take this down, and plus we're gonna put the bass note in, which is C. Okay, let me move over this way a little more so you can see it. So it's 3 and 4. Sorry, go down a half step. chord going down in half step. So that's 3, 4, rest. Like, get some nice arpeggiations in there. Strum slowly. Now, in this chord, what I'm hearing here, I'm hearing like C7. What do you want to call it? Let's see, we'll call it a C7 13 with like a D flat. It's like a flat 9 in the bass. Sounds great. Okay. And then of course, that goes to an F. So let's take a look at what I'm doing on this chord. Okay, I have this D flat. I have my B flat here, and I'm capoing with my pinky. I'm capoing the E, okay, and the A. So if we want to call this C7 13 with a D, C7 flat 9, 13 with the D flat and the bass. Interesting. Okay. You can call it that. You just call it, oh, that's C7. All right. You could also call it some kind of D flat chord. Like a 6 with a 9, a sharp 5. But let's not get crazy. Just say, okay, this is C7. And if you're strumming, I'm muting this string here, the 4th string. So let's take a look at that chord. Okay? Let's just C7 with a flat 9 in the bass. Kind of interesting. And you have the B flat here. See this? B flat. You have the E here and the A there. Then we're going to go to an F arp, just an F. First position F chord, diagonal across the fretboard. So we have this. That's your resolution. So I'm going to take it from the F chord. Ready? 3. Let me just move over. 3, 4, 1. Notice I play the B flat, the D flat rather. Then I strum here. Let me do that again so you can see that. Okay, I'm going to zoom out just a little bit so you can see everything I'm doing. All right, here's my F chord. All right, I'm in 8th position here. 3, 4, 1. So again from here. 3, 4. Rest. Sorry, 3, 4, 1. Here. So there you have that section. You zoom out some more so you can see everything. All right. We're going to go, and there's a little bit more. Okay, but I'm going to play the whole thing from the beginning up to that point. Then I'll show you what comes after that first chord on the F. So I have this. 1 and 2 and 3. Resolution, right? All right, let's take a look. Now, we can zoom in a little bit more and go over to here. We'll zoom in, and so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Remember, folks, I play a lot of fingerstyle when I do. I can play with a pick when I'm doing these videos. I use a lot of fingerstyle. Obviously, again, I'm going to read over at this point. You don't go like this. But let's do a little review. So we're soloing around the chords, the arpeggios. You saw that. Okay, using arpeggios. We use the sus4 and sus2 chords, the clusters. Proper positioning. If you notice what I'm doing, I'm coming from 5th to 4th to 3rd. All right, you want to play these chords because to get these voicings, you got to play them a certain way. All right, so that, not that it can be played other places. However, it's just this makes the most logical sense, the best sound. Okay, you have to listen to what they're doing, where they're playing things, what strings they're playing things on, what positions, and then moving to this chord. So we're talking about proper positioning, all right? Then we go to the F chord, which can really only be here if you're putting that high D on it. And this here. So this makes sense as far as the voicing goes and as far as good positional movement, all right? All right, now, next, we're going to show you what happens on that F chord in first position as the solo is winding down. These are a quarter note triplet type sounds, all right? And you want to listen to them a lot. They can be tough to when you count them out. So just listen to them and try to feel them out. All right, off the F chord, you got. So what am I doing here? I'm playing this chord. I'm just plucking the notes while I hold the chord. This has to be ringing out. So I strum this chord. Okay. And again, it's a little more arpeggiated. That wavy line you see in the score. Okay? There's all your notes. You need a good capo here. All right, this is 3, 2, 1, 1. What I find with students too, a lot of times they show these chords. There's no reason to bring your finger here. Just keep the whole thing capoed. That's actually easier. Remember, when you're playing a capo, try to keep it flat and straight as possible. All right? Don't play too much on the side. That's going to affect this. Okay? You want this. You want this almost like you're going number 1. If you take a look, I'm not 100%. I'm a little bit off of this side of my finger, okay? But for the most part, I'm on flat and as straight as possible, okay? I didn't say 100% flat. As long as you can keep these out of the way, and remember, try to capo this, even though you're not using the capo. The capo's only playing this and this. And capo's like cap, cover. Okay? So we want this. The main thing is you get everything in the song, you get everything clean. Now, the only time I use an open note in this song is on the open A. This whole sequence here, when it's winding down, he goes from an F chord to an F7. So these are your 2 chords. Da, 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 dee, da, da, right? It's going to B flat. B flat major. The only time I use an open note is here. It just makes sense, this whole positional thing. I try to avoid when I'm soloing, you need them sometimes. I'm not 100% against, don't play an open string. All right, we want to use open strings, especially if you're playing like classical guitar fingerstyle or jazz fingerstyle. But if you're doing solos and things, I try to avoid those because they're not transposable. All right. In the sense, you can't play the same shape, if you use some open strings in them in another area of the fretboard. Not that that's bad, but if you want to just take this same lick and transpose it, it's a little more difficult. And you can. It's just going to be a different shape. To me, your F chord's here, and this just lays here. I don't want to play this, A here. I want to play it open. So again, it's a matter of proper positioning, right? And of course, remember strumming correctly and playing these strumming patterns I'm showing you, right? All right, let me take it from that F chord. Open A. That comes in on the end of 4, right? So we have this. Open. There's your resolution to the B flat chord. See that? And I'm going to play this with my 4th finger and I show you why, all right? Can you do it like that? Yeah. Because I want to throw a chord in there and get back into the chords. And this is going to allow me, you'll see in a minute, to play that chord. And then I can just slide up, okay, and play this B flat minor chord. I'm back to my open voice. So let's take a look at that F chord. 3, 4. Okay, so we start on the open A. diminished sound over the dominant chord, which works. Okay? There's my flat 9 sound over F7, right? Open A, E flat, open A, C, E flat, F sharp. Then we do this like little blue note here. Hammer that. And when you hammer, okay, don't lift it too high. And you're playing from a lower note to a higher note, in this case on the same string. Okay, we're not using the open. And there's your F chord. That kind of cowboy lick, right? But he doesn't play that rhythm, okay? What's that tune? That Skinner tune. I know a little, right? That's a different key, though. All right? So here we go. From the F chord again, so you can see it nice and big. 3, 4. Again, 3, 4. Open. I'm going to play it here so I can actually play it better. Ready? 3, 4. There's my B flat chord. Say my D is here, my melody note to end the solo. That's kind of where it ends. On the bridge again. There's your bridge. And you can play a big B flat chord if you want. I just do this. Get that strong tone D in there, third of the chord. And then I'm going to slide it up to... So now I'm back to the chords. And on the looper I just played, all right, just put me on there, programmed my the chord changes, just me playing the bass lines and the chords all together with the guitar. So I'm going to play the whole solo for you, nice and slow, and then we'll put the looper on, and we'll do it again. Ready? Comes in on the end of 3. 1 and 2 and 3. Chord and triplets the best you can. Listen to the album. The recording, I'm dating myself here. The album. Still call them albums. I'll never get out of that. And they are to me. Still listen to the recording. This way you can hear how it goes. All right? Most of the rhythms here are pretty straightforward. You have a lot of eighth notes. Of course, you have that dotted eighth, 16th, especially when you get to that G minor chord. That B flat. Yeah? So it's not crazy syncopated, but it's a nice little solo. It's a great job that George Harrison did on this. And as far as the music goes, you know what? I got the copy right here because someone was asking me for, and I'm not the greatest historian. Okay, so this was written in, the 50s, 57. I don't know when the Beatles recorded it. I thought it was more later in 60. I think the Beatles broke up in, 70? So I mentioned before, I think this was more like, in the 70s, but I'm not sure when they did it. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Maybe I should be. But yeah, The Music Man was written in the 50s, like the late 50, 57. That's what the copyright says. And this was a new rendition on it, called their cover of it. And it's really cool. It's a really good song. It's one of my favorite Beatles songs. Of course, it's jazzy and it has all these things and kind of more jazz soloing and stuff. So, all right. Now, again, okay, we talked about soloing around the chords, using arpeggios, okay. We talked about sus4, sus2 chords, chord and triplets, proper positioning. That's important, all right. I'm giving you the best positions and the best fingerings possible. And of course, strumming correctly on all this, all right. You work that out. Make sure when you're strumming those chords, you're doing that down-up strumming correctly, especially on this. Watch this here. If I play this note, then I come with it up. Counting with my right hand, all right? My right hand's feeling where that beat is. I'm going to play it one more time, then I'll put the looper on. And I'm going to back out so you can see it a little bit better. Then I'll totally back out and play it. Right now I want you to see the whole thing, nice big picture of the guitar. I'm going to do it really slow. Then I'm going to play it a few times with the backing track. Okay? I'll move over here. There you go. Okay. 1, 2, 3. So that's how it goes. I'm going to back all out. I'm going to play it a couple times. I'll just let the looper roll. Remember, I come in on the F chord here, so let's back out. You can see exactly what I'm doing. Then we'll wrap it up. Okay, my mic thing there. Okay. Multi-act, wonderful guitar. Highly recommend them. I think Kessel makes them. I got the Godin, the Godin, whatever you call it, Canadian company, and they did a real beautiful job on this. It's great for anything. I chose to use this because it has that kind of like Latin feel, and this sound here works really well for this. All right, so I'm not using any effects here, except I'm plugged into what you call a torpedo. I'm not using any kind of distortion, any reverb, any chorus pedals or anything like that. I do have my settings on my torpedo. Hopefully it sounds good coming through the stream. And it's the first time I use this Godin. All right, here we go. Ready? Run it again for you. One more time. Maybe I'll play it different. Okay, there you go. Sorry, I played the wrong note on the last one. And so once you learn something like this, you can improvise around a little bit with it, all right? So don't stick with, that's fine. I mean, that's a great lick. Start, write out your own little solo over it, and then you start doing different things, right? So you can go. So forth and so on, okay? Yeah, I didn't like what I just played, but the point, another take 5. So make sure that you learn this, and you learn it well, then you can start working around and playing other things around it right out of those chords, okay? Make sure we have fun today. So remember, folks, soloing around the chords, using arpeggios, sus4, sus2 chords, nines, all kinds of flat 9 in the bass here, okay? Proper positioning, chord and note triplets, strumming correctly, all of those things. Hope helped you out with this, and please send feedback through my website or right here in the chat box or any of our social media. I'll try to get back to you. If there's something you want to do, okay, or want me to do, let me know, and I'll try to fit it in the schedule. These are live streams. They become videos, so obviously you can watch it later. I won't be on there if you comment, okay? If you watch it later. So send feedback, String Sound Studios, all right? And if you can, please donate to the PayPal in the description there. And when you do this, you have, I put everything in the description so you could, find your way around if you don't want to listen to me talk too much. Talking is important. Hope I don't talk too much. All right, I shall see you. Have a good 4th of July weekend. And we shall see you next time. Remember to do this, folks. See you later.
Play like a pro at String Sound Studio.